Hello once again. It is. I just keep getting these really nice days. Like, funny thing is, like, even if it rains, it still seems nice to me. And I used to get depressed when it rained. C'est la vie. I want to talk to you about something a little bit unconventional. Not too many people talk about it or even think about it. It's the psychology of empathy. And what I mean by the psychology of empathy is we need to start looking at our own mental and focusing on the empathy that we lack in giving ourselves. If you've ever dealt with people that were particularly difficult, like I'm not going to give any labels, but I'll give you a small checklist, and if it resonates with you, then I suggest you try this. It may help you. Say you're dealing with someone or even a group of people that anytime they would say something or do something that offended you, if you confronted them about it, you would be turned into the bad guy. And there would be a huge argument, and you would say something that hits home for them pretty deeply, because you're not the kind of person that just calls people names. You point out what you've observed. And they would call you names, which would aggravate you, but you will point out something you noticed in them that was extremely negative, and it would make them fly off the handle. If you've ever dealt with someone like this, don't continue to. There's not going to be a resolve. These kind of people, they're insecure and they need constant validation. Constant. And they will get it any way that they can. If they do not get validation from you, they will seek outside sources. You need to protect yourself. You need to love yourself. It's very important for people to love themselves. A lot of us say to ourselves that we love ourselves, even to the point of what seems like vanity, but you still have stomach aches. You still have back pains. You still have chest pains. You still have headaches. And if you're having these issues, it's because there's something in you about you that you haven't dealt with. You haven't been able to heal from. You got all of these people telling you, if you're angry, turn the anger into strength and yada, yada, yada. That may work for some people. For me, however, personally, I believe that pain needs to be acknowledged. The world has been doing this thing where they make the word victim feel like it's a weak word. No, it's not a weak word. If somebody has done something to you that has severely hurt you, you are a victim. You need to acknowledge that you're a victim. You need to accept that you've been a victim and then heal from that. Not acknowledging it just buries it, and then you get stomach aches, and then you get body pains, and then you get frustrations. And if you've done something to somebody and you're struggling with these kind of issues, you need to go and confront these people and apologize. Whether they receive your apology or not is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to apologize. Acknowledge your weaknesses. Acknowledge where you fall short, because these things are what make you defensive. It's what makes you feel like you're lesser or weaker, and you're not. You just need to focus on your weaknesses and strengthen them. I know it might seem like it's a lot easier said than done, but it's only as difficult as you allow it to be. You don't have to live in this constant circle of little bit of happiness, back to pain, little bit of happiness, back to pain. And then when you do finally achieve a long stint of happiness, you're constantly thinking, when is the next shoe gonna drop? Well, if you constantly think, when is the next shoe gonna drop, the next shoe will drop. Change the way you think, not just in your mind, but in your heart, deep in your soul, deep in your spirit. You don't have to be stuck in this horrible cycle of thought. I know many of you have been feeling a lot stronger. Your energy is just getting so profound, and you're able to do things. Get out of your head, because when you get a thought, that seems like a good idea, but it goes against the grain, you find a way to dismiss it. That's not what we're supposed to do. Great inventors came up with ideas that people never would have thought of. Maybe you're one of them. Maybe you've got something that the world is waiting to see. And don't rush it because you're concerned with somebody else coming out with it before you. Your idea is yours. No one else will come out with it. No one else. And if you don't do it, it will never be seen. Plan. Take little steps. Don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed with the outcome. Just enjoy the process of doing it. You really will love it. You really will. Let that fire in you start to consume you and free you from the bondage and shackles of this world. It doesn't matter how old you are, because ageism isn't real. It's no longer existing. I'm not saying that young people won't be able to be successful. What I am saying is that those of us that are older, and I'm 41, those of us that are older, we don't need to think that we're too old and we need to rush because we didn't do anything or we didn't achieve certain things. Time is on your side. The more you start to love yourself, the more you look at yourself and look in the mirror and all the little imperfections that you focus on, start looking at them and going, well, you know what? I'm still amazing. And focus on the things that you do like about yourself. Focus on the beauty that you do see in yourself. Tell yourself that I live a life of abundance, prosperity, beauty, and love within and all around me. And I love whatever your name is. Don't say me, say whatever your name is. Do this every morning when you wake up with pure heart and gratitude. Again, it's just my recommendation. And keep doing it until you no longer feel consumed by the things going on around you, because we all go through cycles and they will fade anyway. No matter how much you obsess about it, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to do anything. The only thing that can be changed is how you perceive it and what you do with what you're experiencing. I love you all, and I truly hope that this helps you be free, be happy, and love you, all of you.